Rise and grind DMV, happy Saturday. We are waking up to cloudy conditions across the area, and overall we are tracking storms. So keep it here. We'll talk more about that forecast in just a bit.
This morning on DC News Now, a teenager sentenced for attacking another child on a school bus, the latest in that investigation. And a story of heroics, how first responders saved multiple dogs from a burning building. And having fun at the fair, the details of all the festivities at the fairs happening across the DMV.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's the last hour of our newscast this morning. It's 8 o'clock. We begin with the live view right now, looking over Roslyn. You can see the clouds in the sky, and that's pretty much going to be the story of the day. We'll get to that in just a bit. But first, I want to say good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on DC News Now on this cloudy yet not so bad Saturday in terms of temperature. I'm Tosa Fakile. We'll get to your top stories in just a bit. But first, weather forecaster Brittany Ward is here. And Brittany, honestly, I know we've been talking about the cloud and precipitation, but temperature-wise, at least when I was driving to work this morning, wasn't so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad out there, and overall temperature-wise, highs won't be bad. Right around seasonable for this time of year. It's the rain that we're going to be dealing with, as well as those storms. So here's a look at satellite and radar showing you we are dry here in the nation's capital, but starting to see a few scattered showers develop just east of the DC metro area. But this slow-moving storm system will be providing us with unsettling conditions as we head through the weekend. Temperature-wise, we're sitting at 73 degrees right now in the nation's capital, 76 there in Lexington Park, 60s though as you head over there to Wickstadt. So keep it here. We'll talk more about that 8-day coming up.
All right, Brittany, we'll talk to you soon. We begin this morning with breaking news. DC police investigating multiple overnight incidents. There was a shooting on 30th Street in Southeast at about 11 last night. In Northwest, a shooting happened just before 1 a.m. on Fairmont Street. Right now, there's no suspect or victim information available in these incidents. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police. In Waldorf, Maryland, police are investigating a shooting that sent 2 people to the hospital. It happened on Buck Place just after 10 p.m. According to Charles County Sheriff's Office, there are reports the 2 victims shot at each other. Anyone with information on these shootings is asked to call police. And still in Maryland, a teen who pleaded guilty to attempted murder for attacking another teenager on a school bus has now been sentenced. Kadeen Holland was 15 at the time and is expected to spend nearly twice that amount in prison. We do want to warn you, the video you're about to see can be disturbing. DC News Now's Randy Bass has the latest from the courtroom.
Yes, tense moments in the courtroom today. The judge saying there were unique circumstances in this case, finding that the attack was willful, premeditated, and deliberate, handing down a 60-year sentence that Kadeen Holland will have to serve at least 25 years of behind bars. This video shown in the courtroom today showing the exact moments Kadeen Holland and 2 other teens ambushed a young teen on a Prince George's County school bus last year. Holland pointing a gun at the boy's head, trying to fire, but the gun jammed, and the 3 teens beat the boy up before taking off. Prosecutors in the case say the attack was planned out in advance, all stemming from beef between neighborhood crews in Temple Hills. Holland pleading guilty to first-degree attempted murder, now sentenced to at least 25 years behind bars. The bus driver on board at the time spoke in court over Zoom today, crying as she spoke about how her life changed forever and her battle with PTSD ever since. The victim's mother also sharing that they moved across the country to try to feel safe again.
And her son still doesn't feel completely protected. He still can't ride a school bus. His life has changed forever.
Officers who worked on the bus attack case say its impact has been widespread in Prince George's County and beyond. Deputy Chief James McCreary with the Prince George's County Police Department hopes the significant sentence in the case sends a strong message to young people.
I hope that the next time someone watching this or sees this verdict takes a step back and decides to think before resorting to violence, decides to take a step back and think before picking up a firearm.
Holland had a chance to speak before the judge and the court today. He took that opportunity to apologize for the hurt he caused the victims in this case and apologized to his family members for letting them down. The judge in this case recommending Holland serve out that sentence with the Patuxent Youthful Offenders Program. The judge also gave him credit for 443 days he's already spent behind bars. In Upper Marlboro, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
At least 9 people are hurt, including 3 children, in a crash involving multiple cars in Montgomery County. 1 adult had to be taken to a trauma hospital. It happened on 270 North between Clarksburg and Hyattstown yesterday. And also in Montgomery County, investigators have arrested a teenager for ramming several police cruisers. This was in White Oak on Thursday. You can see the smashed front of this particular police car. Police say they first spotted the teen in a stolen car on New Hampshire Avenue. The teen would not stop, instead drove into several police cars. Then that teen tried to jump out of the window. Officers were later able to arrest that teenager. In Virginia, Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is investigating a body found on the W&OD Trail. Our crews were in Sterling yesterday morning as deputies were searching the area between Dominion and Crestview Drives. Officials are still looking into how the person died. We'll stay on top of the story and bring you the latest as we learn more. Your time is 8:05, and it was a split verdict in the district for the former Parks employee accused of shooting and killing a 13-year-old. The jury found Jason Lewis guilty of manslaughter in the death of the 13-year-old. DC News Now weekend anchor Ben Dennis was in court when the jury returned the decision, and he has the latest.
Well, right behind me, Jason Lewis found not guilty of second-degree murder, but guilty of the manslaughter charge after 13-year-old Karan Blake was killed in Northeast D.C. last year. A split decision in a murder trial. Over a year and a half after 13-year-old Karan Blake was shot dead in Northeast D.C., a jury says Jason Lewis is guilty of manslaughter, but not of second-degree murder. Lewis allegedly heard sounds outside of his Northeast D.C. home in January 2023. He left, and that's when he said he heard a shot fired from a car in an alley. Claiming the boy, Karan Blake ran toward him, and then Lewis fired a second and third shot, killing Blake.
At that point in time, regardless of what happened before, he was scared for his life, and he didn't know what to do at that point.
Juror Kevin Hanley read the verdict aloud in court, saying self-defense is why they did not find Lewis guilty of murder, but still responsible for Blake's death.
The major sticking point was whether or not it was self-defense.
Prosecutors say Lewis wasn't acting in self-defense, didn't wait to see if Blake was holding a gun before firing, and Lewis didn't need to leave the safety of his home, but chose to do it anyway before shooting the boy.
It was an unfortunate situation. Both families, are changed for life now.
In the district, the penalty for a manslaughter conviction is up to 30 years behind bars. Lewis did not have any prior criminal record. It's that the judge took into consideration when he decided not to keep Lewis in jail before he's sentenced. He says that he just can't leave the DMV. Sentencing is October the 25th. In Northwest, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.
In Virginia, Falls Church City Council holding a special election this fall to replace former council member Caroline Leon, who resigned earlier this month. She's accused of having 2 additional full-time jobs, which is a violation of the city's code of conduct when it comes to the council members. Candidates for council member must submit all materials by the end of the month to be on the ballot. The special election will take place on November 5th. 8:08 is your time, and check this out. A Fairfax County teen named as Time Magazine's Kid of the Year. Talk about a major honor. 15-year-old Heyman Buckley is receiving this Heyman Bukele. I'm sorry, Heyman Bukele is receiving this honor for his invention to make skin cancer treatment more accessible. We spoke to Heyman during Black History Month earlier this year. He tells us he got the idea as a kid growing up in Ethiopia. Now there many people worked long hours in the sun, which increases the risk of skin cancer. Now, he says he looks to make his invention into a nonprofit organization and continue working to make skin cancer treatment accessible worldwide. Now, we want to say congrats to Heyman from the entire DC News Now team. Congratulations to him. All right, new this morning, Hurricane Ernesto has officially made landfall in Bermuda. Thursday, it hit Puerto Rico as a Cat 2 storm, leaving hundreds of thousands without power or water. It has now weakened to a Category 1 hurricane, but it's still expected to cause high damage to Bermuda. There, it touched down at about 4:30 this morning with wind speeds at 85 miles an hour. So are we going to feel it here? Let's send things over to weather forecaster Brittany Ward. Brittany, is this going to impact the DMV?
You know, the good news is we are not going to be seeing those heavier downpours or gusty winds from Ernesto. But if you plan on heading to the beaches up and down the East Coast, you guys are going to be experiencing high surf as well as rip currents. We do have rip current statements in effect for the Delaware as well as Jersey shores. And then as you head further off to the north out towards Maine, as well as Portland area, you guys are going to be dealing with some high surf advisories. So keep that in mind if you are going to be heading to the beaches later on today. Hurricane Ernesto at this hour, Category 1 with winds sustained at about 85 miles per hour. And due to the setup we have here in the East Coast, that's going to keep Ernesto well offshore. Then as we head through the rest of the weekend, it looks like it is expected to weaken as it continues to head into colder waters. But keep it here. We'll have a look at that soggy forecast coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you.